we're gonna go here, and this is where we are in the universe. Normally we should be at the edge, so we're at the bottom. Okay, and the center of the universe is here, so we're gonna need to travel all the way here and fight the boss. Welcome everybody to this new playthrough of Solaris Ray playing Avorion on Insane difficulty. That's right. So for the people that don't know Avorion is a space sandbox game where the purpose is to reach the center of the universe and to beat the big bad boss at the end. But there is way more to it in it. As I say, it's an open sandbox world where you can do almost anything that you want. You can construct your own ships, your own stations, you can board, you can trade, you can mine, you know, you can salvage. Like, there's a lot of things that you can do. You cannot walk in station, you cannot walk in planet. But I have maybe some plans in the future if I want to make another playthrough of Avorion to be able to manage the planet side, but that's gonna be for another time. This playthrough is gonna be for me to finish Avorion, the game, so I never finished it before. I played a little bit, like I have maybe 60 hours in the game, so there's still a lot of things that I'm learning, but I want to take a challenge, right? So the game is fairly difficult on itself, even in normal difficulty, but I want to try to finish it on insane difficulty. So that's gonna be the challenge, because I always like to push the things a little bit a notch to make it challenging. You know, I don't know if there is a lot of people that finish the game on insane, but I definitely gonna try to do it. It's definitely gonna be it's gonna help us learn a lot about the game, but it's also gonna try to push the boundaries of what is possible, right? Now let's try to create the universe, and just before that I will also show you the mods, because I installed a few mods, as you can see. So they're all here. All the one ticks are the one that we are gonna use. There's also this one available mission that I'm forcing, even if it says that it's not in 1.2. You know, I just want more variety in the mission selection, because I don't want the universe to feel too empty, right? So sometimes it can be the case. So, and I also added some additional ships. You know, hopefully the factions will be able to use those ships, show display. You know, so there's different commands that we can use. Unfortunately, there are some mods that I was using in the past that hasn't been updated. The auto chain navigation, I can maybe add that later, or maybe I can actually force it, because it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Okay, but let's continue. So if you want to see all the mods, they're all there. You can pause the video, they're all there. And now what we're gonna do is that we're gonna create our universe. All right, so we're gonna call it the maybe the Elkirian universe. Okay, now this is the seed, so if you want to play with the same universe that I'm playing, you can definitely use that seed, right? So we are not gonna have the creative mode, we're not gonna have the tutorial, we're gonna play with the collision in full damage, right? And we're gonna put it on insane difficulty. So just to give you a distinction, so in normal difficulty, normal enemies, fair damage, incoming torpedoes have slightly reduced speed, no part of the ship breaks off while the ship has over 40% HP, slightly improved initial standings to AI factions, 1 reconstruction token and a crew of 8 for new ships, and few starter resources, right? But on insane, this is what we're gonna get. Mean enemies, stupid damage. So we're gonna deal with maybe, you know, 1.5 or 2 times the amount of damage. Enemies try to take advantage of full range or long range weaponry. Part of the ship can always break off in combat. So this is huge because let's say, for example, the shield of the ships break down, then the part of the ship that's going to take damage, like a wing or whatever, can detach from the ship, and everything attached to it is going to be lost, right? So it's kind of a big deal. No reconstruction tokens, meaning like if the ship gets destroyed, it's destroyed. You cannot rebuild it easily. You're going to need to reconstruct it from scratch, right? Perma destruction, same thing. Much worse initial standing with the AI faction, so some factions are not gonna like us. No starter resources, and but we have a better chance of finding rare loot plus 200%. So that's pretty cool. Now, when we're talking about perma destruction, that doesn't mean it's an Iron Man challenge. Meaning, if we get destroyed, we're gonna repop in a drone in the original sector or in the sector where we have associated with the reconstruction. I think we can move that in if necessary, but we will go back, right? But the ship would be lost. Now, in this playthrough, I don't want to necessarily make an Iron Man series because it's already insane. It's already hard enough. It's very possible that we're going to die multiple times. But maybe in the future, if I want to redo the challenge, but this time with an Iron Man series, meaning if I die once, it's over. That would be even better, but I think I want to at least finish the game once to see how challenging the game can be in Insane, and then from then I can ramp up the difficulty and do a no death challenge, right? But for now, as I say, we are allowed to die, quote unquote, but we're gonna lose our ship. We're not gonna be able to reconstruct it. We're gonna lose all the resources. So it's already a pretty big deal, right? All right, so let's get started. Super exciting. All right, so the game is ready. Dun. All right, here you go. So this is where we start Avorion, right? So as you can see, we are this little drone, and we're gonna go here, and this is where we are in the universe. Normally we should be at the edge, so we're at the bottom, okay. And the center of the universe is here, so we're gonna need to travel all the way here and fight the boss, and then we'll be able to win the game. Now it's not gonna be as easy. We're not gonna be able to fly straight. There's gonna be a barrier around the center of the universe we're gonna need to pass through. I'm not necessarily very astute with the story of Avorion. All that I know is apparently there is a great rift that happened, and a new material that appeared at the center of the galaxy, and an alien race called the Zoltans, or I think it's the Zoltans, came as well, protecting the center of the galaxy to try to harvest the Avorion. And our purpose is try to go at the center of the universe and try to understand what happened. At least that's a gross understanding of what I have of the game. Now, in this playthrough, I don't necessarily think I'm gonna be showing you every single thing that I do, because Avorion is kind of a very long game. There's gonna be a lot of exploration. There's going to be a lot of trial and errors, but I'm going to show you a different stage of the evolution and come back to you, right, at different stages. But in this instance, I'm also going to show you some points if you are new to Avorion and you don't necessarily know too much about the game, so you can get your feet wet. So as you can see, I'm in the drone, and you can construct your first ship, and this is what we're going to try to do today. We're going to try to construct our first ship. So as you can see, there's different asteroids in the asteroid field that we can mine. Some of them are plain like this, there is nothing. They're not worth harvesting. If you try to mine it with the drone, you're not getting resources out of it, right? But if you go with the iron one, then if you mine it, then you're gonna recuperate the iron. Now this is a very inefficient way to mine. there are better turrets to mine and to do it with more efficiency. But for now, you know, for your first ship, you can definitely do that. And if you want to boost, you can use space, right? Like you go forward and you can use space. All right, so we're gonna try to mine a little bit more iron. We need 500 iron to be able to construct our first block, but we're gonna need as well more iron than that. So I think we can try to construct our first ship when we'll have maybe 1,000 or 1,500 unit of iron. And it could be cool as well to find some thorium. So the way that the game works, as you can see on the top left of the corner, there are different kinds of materials, right? There is iron, titanium, neonite, etc. All the ones that are put in there. And each material has different property, right? So iron you can find it pretty easily where we are in the sector, which is at the edge of the sector, or the universe, I should say. Or the galaxies, but it's more a galaxy than a universe. So we're gonna go there. We're gonna try to see if we can find secret stashes. But you see, like, there's a lot of iron here. There's some thorium as well. But yeah, so what you want is try to go grab some iron, and if you can grab also some titanium. That would be absolutely cool, because titanium is more efficient to generate generators and things like that. And after, you know, neonite is even better for shields, etc. So as you're gonna find better materials, you know, you're gonna be able to improve your ship, right? And you see, so this there is full with iron, and this one there is a titanium asteroid. And as you can see, we have new resources coming in, and we're going to be able to use that, right? And there are some blocks in Avorion that you can construct only with a specific type of material, right? So if you're trying to construct, for example, a docking bay for fighters, you can only do it with from titanium, right? If you want a shield generator, you can only do it from, when I say from, it's starting from, right? Starting from neonite, right? So you're not going to be able to have shields until you can find neonite. And so that means that you're going to need to go in the universe and explore, right? So that's gonna be kind of the gist of things, right? So we already have 1,600 iron, which is pretty cool, right? So I'm gonna finish harvesting this and maybe having a little bit more titanium, and we're gonna construct our first ship. All right, so this is going to be certainly the last asteroid where we're going to mine for now. It's a titanium asteroid. And also, like, when you want to mine, you need to be pretty close from the asteroid, like maybe, you know, 0.3 kilometers. It depends. But when you're mining with the drone, you know, it's very basic lasers. So you don't necessarily want to harvest too much with the drone, because, as I say, you can have better turrets to actually mine the asteroids with way more efficiencies. There we have 613 titanium. All right, so let's continue the harvest. There you go. We harvested the entire titanium asteroid. So now we're gonna construct our ship. So we're gonna press Shift. It's gonna release the cursor, and then we can say found ship. And now we can name our ship. So we're gonna call it, well, okay, so there is something also to know in Avorion. You can have one ship, or you can have multiple ships. So you can have a fleet that is escorting you, that you can provide orders, etc., etc. But when you do your first ship, you're not bound to it, right? I think I gotta call it the Razor, maybe. The SGE Razor. So what is SGE for? Solaris, right? Solaris, right? Galactic Empire. Ta-da! Because we are in a galaxy, so why not? So we're gonna call it the SGE Razor. We can change it maybe later, but it doesn't really matter. So we're gonna press OK, and as you can see, we just have a block, right? For now. Oh, there's what's this guy? Is a freighter or a miner? Salesman, yeah, it's more maybe a freighter or salesman, yeah. Okay, so we're gonna press B now, and this is the construction mode. All right, and there you can see those are all the commands. You can pause the video if you want to see it, but you can just press F1 to see all the commands, right? And this is where you're gonna be able to construct the ship. And the arrow there say what is the front. Pretty cool. So you know, we're gonna construct the ship. So we're gonna click here, and you see we have 1500 iron and 1500 titanium, right? So this is the iron blocks, and this is the titanium blocks. And as you can see, the titanium generator and the titanium integrity, you don't have that in the iron version. So you see that the iron doesn't necessarily have as many things that in the titanium, but there are certain things in the iron that is maybe not necessarily there in the others, right? Oh, that's interesting that there are solar panels. Yeah, okay. Solar panels, that's pretty cool. I presume that solar panels would be more efficient in titanium because titanium is more efficient for energy, right? Titanium engines as well, they are better as far as I understand. Increase acceleration than the iron, right? So let's do that. And there's crew quarters, thrusters. Okay, so first things first, right? We want potentially to have a framework. All right, so we're gonna go there. We're gonna go at the back of the ship, and we're gonna want to match that. And actually, okay, so we're gonna press D to increase the depth. And the reason why I'm doing a framework here is because I don't necessarily want to use too many resources because this is gonna be replaced later on, right? But I don't want to make a small ship either. All right, so we can use this to make a frame. Cool. Now, engine-wise, let's see. I would like to have two different engines. And you see, I want to make the engines out of titanium. So let's make a mirror. So we're gonna press the mirror, and we're gonna activate the X mirror. That's right. And then we're gonna put it here. All right, so we're gonna construct our first ship is gonna be super simple, right? So titanium engines. We're gonna need crew quarters. Okay, and thrusters and all that good stuff. Too small. Yeah. Blow, not necessarily. Titanium armor. For armor, I would prefer having iron. Iron is pretty cool for armor, and it stops, you know, railgun projectiles. Right, very high collision damage reduction. Right, now iron is heavier than titanium, but I do, as far as I understand it, titanium has also other, doesn't necessarily, what I'm trying to say is like iron is not necessarily the worst of the worst. Iron has some property that is better than the others, right? And I think in terms of armor and things like that, it's heavier, but it's not too bad, right? Now, don't quote me on that. You know, we need to double check it, but it's pretty cool that each block have their own or each material have their own yeah, it's in safe mode. Okay, can I take safe mode off? Yeah. So Oh yeah, okay. So if you do that, it suppresses the two engines. No, okay. Fair enough. Well, the reason why I wanted to do that is because I want to put the generators. Okay, so we're gonna do that. So this is gonna generate energy, right? Then the part in front is gonna store energy. The part in the back is gonna be the engines. Now, not everything needs to be in titanium. That's what I'm trying to say, right? The field generator would be pretty good, but we will do that at the end. So the crew quarters... Yeah, crew quarters could be good. You don't want the crew quarters to be that big. You don't need it so big. So let's... make it thinner. Okay, perfect. Now, what we're gonna need is to have thrusters. All right. Oops, we need to have the block of stats. So as you can see, it influences the yaw, the pitch, and the roll, right? So if you put it there, you see the deceleration increased, but the acceleration decreased because the ship is heavier, right? So I'm gonna put that here. Now directional thrusters, that's more inclined for the yaw. Right, now you can put that here. See, the further away that you put it, the more it influences the yaw, right? So I think I would just put it here, try to kind of have a vibe like that. I know it's horrible, right? But it doesn't need to be pretty. It doesn't need to be pretty. As you can see, look at that. You see, so you don't have initial dampeners in the titanium, right? You have it in iron, right? But you don't have it in... Yeah, you don't have it in... Well, the next one that you have it is in Avorion, right? But you don't have armor in Avorion, which is interesting. Can have that in titanium. Iron reflector. You see? So, yeah. You see, so iron is not a bad material to make armor from. And also you have the initial dampener, right? So reduce drifting. Yeah, because you don't want necessarily to, you don't want the ship to drift too much. You see, so this is going to reduce the speed, right? So this is pretty important because, as I said, like in this playthrough, we have collision damage 100%. You don't want to take damage unnecessarily, right? So we're going to put another set of engines, maybe... So this is going to have an impact on the yawn. So maybe we want to have... maybe we want to have something there. Like kind of bottom reactors. Just to give us a little bit more acceleration. Perfect. Now, the other thing that we may want... as I say, is to have some armor. Now, you don't want the armor to be so big, all right? So, what I think would be cool is to reduce it into... Well, we need to be careful because I don't want the ship to be too heavy. So maybe we're going to pass on the armor for now. But we will try to put the integrity field generator, right? So what the integrity field generator does is reinforcing the structure of your ship, right? So it will just make the ship more sturdy. Let's... You see, so everything that is in blue is covered, and for some reason this there is not covered. I don't know why. Ah, shucks, we don't have any credits anymore. No. All right. Okay, can I get away with this? No, I can't. Why is this not covered? Like, yeah, I know why. All right, fair enough. So if that is the case, then let's take this off and let's try to put the integrity generator. I don't have enough credits. Kind of poor. Yeah, this is gonna cover the back. Not good. We done that. We what we would like is to have this cover the entire ship. Yeah, you see. Okay. So it's better to do the mirror like we did, but maybe perfect. And now maybe we can put it here. Haha! Now we have the ship entirely covered. That's right. We need to be careful because that's also the drawbacks of using titanium. It costs more credit. So, yeah. It could be good to actually put a little bit of armor in front. And actually, you can select different shapes. Yeah, you can be wild with the construction. That's not a problem. This game is pretty cool. Okay, so the reason why I want to have a nose like this is because if we enter on something, the armor would take the damage, right? Which, well, you know, and it says there in the armor that it stops railgun projectile and very high collision damage reduction, right? As well, what would be cool is to go back on the shape. Maybe not like this. You see, like you really can so that's, yeah, let's put it on X. Let's rotate it. And then you see? So that would just put it more on the side like this. Uh-huh. Nine credits. No. Oh, we're really broke, huh? Yeah, that's as much as I can afford for now. Alright. As I say, your first ship doesn't necessarily have to be pretty. Ah, shucks, I forgot something. Oh, I forgot something. Alright, so how many turrets can we have? 2. Alright. 2 armed and 2... Okay, so not necessarily 2 armed, huh? Alright, so as you can see, there's 1 free arbitrary turret. So that means that we can have 1 armed, 1 unarmed, and 1 arbitrary. So at the moment, what we're gonna need is to focus more on mining. So we want to have 2 mining lasers and potentially, actually, maybe let's take this off and put the mining lasers here. Why not? And chunks, this is the chains. So this is for the damage. Yeah, the mining lasers there, and sorry guys. Not this one, this one. Why are you not allowing me to? Interesting. Why can't I put it? Okay. Interesting. But we should have. Oh, it's 2 armed. Okay. Now let's take off the. Does it require antimatter type of damage? It's crazy. Yeah, okay. Take this off. Take this off. Okay. Alright, just bear with me, guys. I will figure out what's going on. Turrets. Mining. That's right. Alright, so put 1 mining turret here. Put 1 here. And I'll put a chain gun here. Here you go. Finally got it. You see, and there, because I put 2 unarmed turret, I can only put 1 armed. Okay, so now we have our turret. So if I go back, we're good. Now I need to assign them. So we're going to put the weapons in group 1. Okay. And we're going to put the turrets, the mining turrets, in group 2. Alright, cool. Perfect. So let's see a little bit how the ship flies. Hoorah! We are not flying fast. Maybe it's because, yeah, we don't have a lot of crew. We're gonna need to hire crew, and we don't have a lot of money. Alright. Yeah. We don't have an engineer. Okay. Fair enough. So what we're gonna need to do is to maybe sell stuff. So let's see. There's a resource depot. Okay. That's pretty interesting. I think we can use, yeah, we can use a boost. Okay. So maybe let's try to mine some titanium. I don't know if we can mine titanium. We can, because we don't have miners. Okay, so we're gonna need to exit our ship and just grab a little bit more. Let's try to grab a little bit more resources. If we can find a claimable asteroid field, that would be cool. Oh, is that claimable? No, I don't think it's claimable. If we can find a claimable asteroid, that would be great. Or what we can do is just find... What is that? What is that? It's a secret stash. Oh. Let's see. Interact. Open. And here you go. Oh, an empty reconstruction token and a cargo upgrade. That's cool. And we have 34,000 credits. So this is pretty cool. You know, you can find those secret stashes. Like, you know, it's maybe pirates or bandits that put it in there. If you can find them in the middle of the asteroid field, then that's gonna, you know, that's gonna tremendously help. We're very lucky that there were one very close to us. So that solved a little bit our credit issue. So now what we need to do is gonna find a crew. All right, so to find a crew, oops, sorry, let's press F9. Equipment dock. Press F, hire crew. Yeah, you see, so we have surgeons, miner, so I think we can go there because we need a mechanic. I don't think that there's gonna be a mechanic there. An engineer, yeah. There's a miner, gunner, pilot. So we can have miners, gunners, but not a mechanic. But that's fine. We will still go there. So where is it? Okay, it's there. So let's get closer because I don't want us to enter in collision. So we're gonna put the vision a little bit higher, and then so to put the vision higher you just need to press Alt. Oops, sorry for that, guys. You need to press Alt, and then you can move with the mouse, you know, if you want to be the view to be sideways. So press Alt, and then you can, you know, alleviate the view of the ship, right? And sometimes it's pretty cool. Maybe not that high because you need to have a pretty, yeah, but you don't want to be at the same, you know, very low level of the ship. Maybe I can do it a little bit higher, you know, so like that when I turn I can still see. Yeah, cool. All right, let's go. So we are boosting. Unfortunately, we are not going as fast as we should because, you know, we don't have enough crew. There's just us. We're gonna fix that very shortly. But as you can see, yeah, there's a lot of things that you can do, and this is really a simple ship. But I burned all my cash trying to build the ship. So yeah, at the beginning is way better. Yeah, we are out of energy. But at the beginning is way better to construct a ship that is easy to you know, very simple. Don't put too much thing like I did in there, right? As I see, I'm not an expert at Avorion, as you can see, so definitely I'm gonna do some horrendous mistakes, right? But we're gonna learn together, and we're gonna try to beat the game on insane difficulty regardless. Okay, so up we're gonna go, and we're gonna boost. Yeah, the consumption of energy is increasing. Okay, so I'm gonna reach the shipyard. I'm not gonna let you suffer with me, so I'll catch you later. Alright guys, so finally we arrive at the station, and you see like you can arrive to those docks and press F, and it's gonna automatically track us so you don't risk to hit the station. Then we're gonna press F, we're gonna hire crew, and what we're gonna do, because we need 2 gunners, so we're gonna hire 2 gunners. And you see it's gonna cost us credits to hire them, of course. 4 miners. And there's no mechanics there, but we can just hire 1 person. That will suffice. Just 1 person. Alright. Hire. Then you can go here in the crew, and you see like, oh, there is 3 gunners. Chunks. Why is there 3 gunners? 4 Okay, interesting. Okay. So I have a little bit more crew, I didn't think that I had... Okay, this is interesting. Ah, because... yes. No. It's because they count as 6. So, because they are miners, I don't necessarily need 4 crewmen. I could have get away with maybe having, 3 miners, maybe. Right? But 2 gunners, each gunner count for 1.5 and each miner from 1.5. So if I put 3, it should have been enough. Okay, but that's fine. Okay, cool. Now, what do we have here? Yeah, so our ship is weak. I know that our ship is weak. But now that we have the crew, you see, we can go way faster without necessarily burning our energy, right? Which is super cool, right? And now the Razor is ready. Okay, so now we can go in the asteroid belt and we can mine more resources, or we can try to find new stash or take missions. So there's a lot of things that we can do, right? And just to show you, so if I go in 1 with the turrets, that's going to be our chain gun. But if we want to mine, we can put 2, and that's going to be our mining lasers. Now the good thing is that with the mod that I installed, I can put the auto fire on, and if I select, for example, an asteroid and I get close enough, shucks. You see, that's the reason why you want to have very good anti-collision damage at the front. The ship barely had been scathed, I think. Yeah, we didn't take too much damage there. Just 1%. But honestly, like, if we didn't have the integrity armor at the front, would have suffered. Oh, what is it? Mayday, under attack. Here's the position. Okay, so someone is under attack from pirates, so we're gonna avoid, huh? The Razor is not strong enough. Maybe I will rename the Razor. I don't like this name necessarily for our first ship. You can just rename it. You can just call it maybe the SGE. Or maybe the SGD Dominion Empire. Yeah, well, we can rename it, but the Lancer, SGE Lancer. Okay, why not? And you see, like, while we were doing that, the mining turrets mine for us, right? Now you can even do something better. You can hire a captain and put the ship to auto mine. That's also a possibility, right? So you can come here, up. And you see, that's the reason why it's very good to have initial dampeners, because you really don't want to hurt those asteroid belts. Now, the last thing that I'm gonna look, it's trying to see if we can find a captain, because if we can find a captain, then we can give orders to the captain. So hire crew. There's no captain. Depot. Where's the captain? So let's go to the depot real fast. Okay, so where can we dock? There's a docking bay here. Let's go there. All right. Hire crew. 1 captain. Oh, there's an engineer. So we're just gonna hire 1 engineer and 1 captain. So you see, the captain costs a lot of credits, but it's worth it, because when we're gonna go here, this is what we can do. So I can take off You see the engineer. So it's 130% because the engineer is qualified, is overqualified to do it, right? Now for the gunner, apparently, it should be... Yeah, it doesn't increase in efficiency, unfortunately, and the money doesn't increase, but that's fine. And there we have a captain, all right? Now, and as you can see here, we still have not the place for 9 people, so that's fine. Okay, that's perfectly fine. You can press auto assign and it will try to do the best, or you can do it yourself, right? Now, if I step out of the Lancer, yeah, that's fine. I don't want to do that. If I step out of the Lancer, then I can go back, select the ship, and say I want to interact with it, and we can give orders. And now we can say to him, mine. And here you go, right? So you can just stay, quote unquote, dock at the ship, on the depot. Where is the docking? So Alt F. Boom. Okay. And then you can press F9 and you have the tactical view. And you can move around, zoom in, you know, and see the Lancer mining. Yeah, that's if you zoom too far in, you will go in the normal view. Right, that's kind of unfortunate, but that's fine. We can work with that. All right. Okay, just a sec. Let's orient it differently. So see, it's going there. That's fine. Up. So it's just a question of orientation with the camera. So you can see the Lancer is mining. Okay, and this is pretty cool because this is going to be the beginning of us constructing our empire. The journey is going to be long, but we are in the first step, right? And this is a very cool and easy way to gather some additional resources. So you in the first sector, so you can actually improve your ship, but you also need to find some of those stashes, or potentially as well some of those claimable asteroids. That would be good, because if you can find some of those claimable asteroids in the sector, then you can sell it to the corporation for them to construct a mining station, and you can make some credits out of it. Ooh. Right. But yeah, we'll look at that in the next episode. But yeah, this game is super cool, super interesting. You know, this is the first step. Obviously, you can do a lot more in this game. We are not even scratching 1% of what you can do in the game. Oh, what is that? Is that a stash? Oh, there's another secret stash. Haha. Okay, cool. Well, we're gonna keep that for the next episode, right? Because it's already 45 minutes or 48 minutes. So thank you very much, guys, for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe. That really help the channel. And don't forget to hit the notification bell. That will really help with the algorithm. And I will catch you on the next video. Bye.